The final plague, of course, is the death of the firstborn, and it's the change maker. You may be familiar with this final plague. With it, we have, sorry, there we go. This final plague is the death of the firstborn. It is the plague in which Yahweh says, I'm going to send the angel of death throughout all of Egypt, and those who kill a lamb and put the blood of that lamb on their doorpost, for them, the angel of death will pass over. That's why it's called Passover. So the angel of death comes and visits all of the different households within Egypt. But if you have the blood of a lamb on your doorpost, then the angel of death will pass by and won't visit your household, which is definitely what you want. You don't want the angel of death visiting. So the Israelites go and they slaughter a lamb, and this lamb is to take the place of their firstborn. So I don't know how many of you are firstborn. I'm a firstborn. And so this would have been, if I'd been living during this time, this would have been really important for me, that I be replaced with the blood of a lamb. And so you kill a lamb in the place of the firstborn, and then you put that lamb's blood on the doorpost to signify that something has already been killed. The angel of death doesn't need to visit here because something has already been slaughtered in place of the firstborn. And if you put the blood on your doorpost, then death will pass by. It will know not to visit there because something has already been killed. And it is in this act that Yahweh solidifies Israel as the people of God. Let me explain. So, as the angel of death passes through all of Egypt, it is as if Yahweh is making an exchange. Yahweh is taking the firstborn of the Egyptian children, all of the firstborn of the Egyptians, including their cattle, strangely, die when the angel of death passes by. And in that way, through the death of those firstborn children, God's firstborn child, Israel, is going to be delivered. It's at this point in our narrative when the Israelites begin to be referred to as the firstborn children of Yahweh. They are the firstborn children. So it's within this whole, it's within this exchange where Yahweh says, okay, I'm going to take the firstborn of Egypt, and in that way I'm going to set free my firstborn. And Israel becomes Yahweh's firstborn. Now, this is really important, especially when you get to the New Testament, because it's important for you to know that Jesus, when Jesus is crucified in all of the Gospels, Jesus is crucified while the Israelites, the people of God, are celebrating Passover. Each one of them is going to the temple to kill a lamb to commemorate when the angel of death passed over them. And Jesus in the Gospels becomes the final Passover lamb, the lamb that is killed once and for all time so that all of us might be considered the children of God. So it is the blood of Jesus that signifies to the power of death that it has no power over us. So if you are a Christian, then what you believe is that death has no power over you, because one day you will be resurrected from the dead. This is good news because Jesus was resurrected from the dead, and his blood is powerful enough to take care of death once and for all. So that's your little blurb about Passover. I hope you've enjoyed it. We will continue our story with the parting of the Red Sea.